how we thought our mom went missing from Valley Hospital to later on finding out she passed away and actually been dead for 7 days. Okay, so we're located in Las Vegas, Nevada. My mom was 56 around the time. This is September 6, 2019. So on September 6th, it was just a regular day. Me, my sister, my boyfriend was just chilling, and my mom called and said, "Oh, I need to go to the hospital. I can't breathe. I'm sick. I think I got a cold. I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna go to the hospital." So it was normal for her to call and say that because my mom has a history of getting pneumonia, getting sick because she had lung disease, and her immune system wasn't always strong. So she would get sick randomly out of nowhere. So it was normal for us to get a call like that, letting us know that she's going to the hospital, so we'll know where she's at. So she goes to the hospital. She's waiting. She calls us and says, "Okay, they think I have pneumonia. They're gonna do a scan on my lungs to see if like infection, but they pretty sure that it's pneumonia. So they're gonna keep me overnight, and then I call and give you guys updates." So me and my sister respond like, "Oh, okay, mom. Well, just let us know. You know what happens." So on September 7th in the afternoon time, she calls, panicking like, "Oh, they had me in ICU last night. I was really sick. I stopped breathing. I couldn't breathe. They had a breathing tube on me, and I couldn't breathe. They said I'm about to die. Y'all need to get up here right now." So me and my sister like, "What the hell?" So I go pick up my sister. This day I go pick up my sister. This is September 7th. I go pick up my sister. It's me, my sister, my boyfriend, and one of our good friends. So we get to the hospital, and only two could go back at the time. So me and my sister go back. What was weird though is they sent us to ICU, but there were ICU regular, and then there were ICU 2. ICU 2 was people that were on there like dying, like they were dying. So they sent us to ICU 2, and it was weird because like you see families coming in. I'm like, what the heck? Like these people is dying. That's so sad. Like, I just end up praying as I was walking, like, praying for the families. I felt really bad, So I'm like, they got us in ICU 2. That's weird. Like, I hope mama's okay. Like, so we end up going to the desk, and we're like, we're looking for Tracy Carter. They was like, "Oh no, she's in ICU. She's not in ICU anymore. She's at the regular floor actually. She's not in ICU no more." So me and my sister was confused, like, well, why would they send us to ICU 2? That's weird. So we go back down to the regular floor, and they take us to the back where, like, when you first get to the hospital and you get checked in, I guess they didn't have many rooms available yet. So they took her from ICU, the regular ICU area, and put her down there since her breathing got better. So I go sit next to my mom, like, "Mom, what's wrong? Why you calling? Tell us that said you could die. You dying?" She said, "Taylor, I can't breathe. They said I'm dying." I'm like, okay, so if you know me, my mom, she over exaggerates. But I know my mom, like, I seen it in her eyes. We seen it in her eyes. So now we tripping, like, where's the doctor at? So we go find a doctor. We like, my mom said that y'all said she was dying. She was like, "No, we didn't say she was dying. We said the way her breathing was, it was a possibility that she could have, but we just have to take precaution and tell her that because we wanted to warn her, to let her know, to let her family know." So now I'm like, why would you tell her that? Because now you scaring me and my sister. So looking at my mom like, "Mom, you okay?" She said, "Taylor, I can't breathe." So they're so busy. This hospital is so raggedy. They were so busy. So many people on the floor. So many people in there sick. So I'm like, they not paying attention to my mom. I see a doctor walk past, and the doctor like, "Oh, her heart is really tacky. Her heart is really tacky. Her heart rate keeps going up and down. Like, we need to figure out what's going on." So I'm like, oh my God. So we sit there waiting. They checking her on a monitor, like, "Oh, we got to get her heart level on a regular I don't know the terms. So much going on. So I'm just talking to my mom regular, me and my sister. I'm a twin, so me and her always go back and forth. So I looked at the board, and I seen that my sister name was on there for emergency contact. Just listen to me. I know it doesn't make sense now, but it will make sense in the end, I promise you.
I was about to say, don't tell me y'all got to arguing in that motherfucker about who name should be on the emergency contact.
I'm always like, Mom, why you don't have me on emergency contact? Well, I just put Tyler's name down because I know her number by heart. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. You know, I'm like, okay, well, they put Tyler's name down. Cool. So I'm like, Mom, how you feeling? She's like, I'm okay, but Taylor, if I have to get a trach, I think it's a trach, a sedated, where they have to put once you stop breathing, they have to put the tube down your throat. If I have to do that, I'm not doing it, Taylor. I'm like, Mama, if you have to do that, you have to do it for me and Tyler. Like, you know, my mom been through a lot. She lost two children, my older brother and my older sister, and it's just me and my sister that was, you know, we've been with our mom our whole life, so
Both
we were all
twins.
just always close, and it's just me and my sister that's always, you know, that was always there for my mom. So I'm like, Mom, you gotta do what you gotta do. You still gotta live for me and Tyler. Like, we need you. At this time, me and her was what, 26 years old. My mom, we need you. She was like, no, Taylor, I don't want to do it. I'm like, Mama, promise you, you got to do it if they say you have to do it. We're not thinking that it was going to happen, though, but you have to do it. She was like, okay, I'm going to do it, Taylor. I'm going to do it. And so we sit there. We sit there for a few hours. They say, finally, oh, we're going to get her a room. I'm like, okay. I said, well, Mom, we'll be back up here tomorrow. We got to go to work. And at the time, my sister was moving out her place. And she was staying at my mom's house, so like all her stuff was in storage around this time. But please remember the emergency contact. My sister was on emergency contact around this time. As my sister was moving that night, she broke her phone in the storage unit where her stuff was at. So we not thinking nothing of it at this time. So fast forward back to us leaving the hospital. We go home. The next morning we wake up, which was September 8th. Uh, September 8th, around, so around this time, it was September 8th now, uh, the morning time, like around 12. My sister calls me because she's at my mom's house at this time. She calls me like, Taylor, I just called the hospital and they said, Mom's not there. I'm like, how's she not there? We was just there last night. So I'm like, let me call. So I call. It was like, no, there's no Tracy Carter here. I'm like, how is no Tracy Carter there? So I'm like, okay. So I hung up. I got irritated. I'm like, I'm gonna go there after work. So not even after work. I was at work and
I like how all they names start with a T. That's pretty cool. I think it's cool when families do that. Like, you know, like the mom name is T, the sister, her name is start with a T. That's pretty cool.
left work. It's me and a few friends. I was at work. I left work. And I went up to the hospital and I go to the desk, the information desk, and I'm like, is there a Tracy Carter here? They was like, no. So I'm like, how is there no Tracy Carter here? And my mom was here last night. We came to see her last night. How isn't there a Tracy Carter here? They're like, um, there is no Tracy Carter. I'm like, well, can you look some more? Like, they wasn't taking me serious. They wasn't taking, like, let's just say they didn't care. They just wanted to hurry up and get me out of there the whole time. From me, my first time going up there September 8th, around like 1, to the day we found out. They just never took us serious. So so they like, they're looking inside the information stuff, and they're like, oh, she was discharged. I'm like, how is she discharged? It's only me and my sister out here, and she would call us and her phone is going straight to voicemail. So it doesn't make no sense that she was discharged. There's no way she was discharged. They was like, well, she was discharged. I'm like, well, can you show me a camera of her leaving? Like, because I'm not understanding, because she would call me and my sister. So it was like, no, we can't do that. Just she was discharged around 11:50, no, 11:30 a.m. That morning. I'm like, that makes no sense. She would have called, mind you, my sister is staying at my mom's house, so she's not at home. I'm calling all her friends. We end up going, so if you live in Vegas, there's Valley Hospital and there's UMC Hospital next door. So now I'm like, maybe they didn't take her serious and she just left this hospital and went to UMC. So we went to UMC. They were like, no, there's no Tracy Carter here. I'm like, oh my God, so where the heck is my mom? So now I'm panicking because it's just me and my sister out here in Vegas. So we don't have any families. Me, my sister, and my boyfriend. My boyfriend was on the road at this time, so it's just me and her. So we don't have any family. So we like, what is going on? So I call my grandfather. I'm like, grandfather, mama came here on September 6th. They're saying that she discharged out this morning and it's not making sense. So my grandfather like, well, call them on three-way. So he called and tried to talk, like maybe if a father called, they'll take him serious. They're like, she discharged. There's no Tracy Carter here. So now it's serious. So now we went forward to making posts on Facebook. Like if anybody talk to my mom, so now everybody's like, no, try the hospitals, try the friends, try the mortuary. When they said that, I'm like, what the you're not gonna think your mom gone. Like, but the time is about to be up, like for
Why the fuck nobody didn't? They can't tell that girl what the fuck her mama is. This is
part
ridiculous.
2 of story time of how my mom went missing from Valley Hospital to later on finding out she passed away and had been dead for 7 days. First, I would like to start this video off with I did not expect to read or see similar stories of what me and my sister had to go through with Valley Hospital.
Somebody say my mom passed away at Valley Hospital. They did my mother somewhat the same way. She passed away 2021. Horrible. That's crazy. God damn, Valley. What y'all got going on in Valley? What Valley Hospital at?
It's very unfortunate and it's very sad to lose someone in that way, with them being by themselves. I just want to send my condolences out there to all the families that comment, even people that didn't comment. I pray that you're getting through it the best way that you can. And I'm sorry. So I left off with we started making posts on Facebook. My family was telling us to call different hospitals, call the jail, look on inmate.com, call mortuaries. We did everything that my family suggested besides call mortuaries, only because we did not think that our mom had passed away. That was the last thing in
I
our
feel you. I feel you.
head that we did not think of that. My mom has been sick, very, very sick, near death, before, and she got through it. So we just didn't think nothing of it at all. So we end up doing all that. On September 9th, me and my sister goes back up to that hospital just to see if they, missed and looked over something. They generally did not care about how me and my sister felt, how strongly we felt about not knowing where our mom was, and how this was the last place we seen her in their care, and she would have called me and my sister if they did discharge her. So we just wanted to make sure that, she was discharged so we could move on to trying to figure out where our mom went. So we called our grandfather, and he said, okay, granddaughter, we have to make a missing persons report. So just call the police and let them know that your mom went missing and the last time you seen her, and the time limits that the hospital said that she was discharged at the hospital. We call, they said we have to wait one more day because it wasn't long enough of her being missing. So we had to wait. So later on that night, we're posting pictures, basically just trying to figure out a way, calling friends that she would be with, calling friends in California, calling friends just everywhere, just to see if they talked to her or heard from her or anything. The post had got over thousands of shares, and now it's just a waiting game. So me and my sister didn't give up. We went back up to the hospital on the 10th. And basically requested camera footage this time to see if they could show us like what direction she went, or we could see if she got picked up in a car, a cab, Uber, or anything, because we didn't understand if they said she had got discharged. My sister is staying at my mom's house. I'm at my mom's house at this time. My mom would have called me and my sister, just me, my mom, and my sister that was with each other nearly every day. So it just didn't make sense because my mom would have called us. So they said they couldn't do that. We either had to make a police report, have them come there, get the footage, or get an attorney, or have power attorney over her, rights over her, to request like medical records, to see what state she was in before she left or anything. So me and my sister go home once again, call the police station, make the missing person report. They gave us some numbers to follow up with for her missing persons, and they assigned us a detective and basically said wait by the phone and we'll let you know if we hear anything. Let me just say this. We asked them, okay, well, we need to see the footage from the hospital of my mom leaving, because we're not understanding. We're telling them that there's no way that she left and went somewhere else. So we wanted to see who she left with so we could try to see if we know the person or see who she went with or anything. So they said, okay, just wait by the phone. So November 12th, 11, 13, we're waiting still. They didn't get back to us at all. The police department did not get back to us, unfortunately. So me and my sister went up to the police station on the 13th, like around 10 p.m. 10 a.m. And we went up there trying to talk to the detective in person so he could take us serious. We felt like nobody took us serious. We felt like nobody cared about what we had to say. We felt like nobody was listening to what we had to say, you know. So we felt like nobody was listening to what we had to say. So we were getting very frustrated. We were getting very angry. So as we're waiting in the lobby of the police station, they come down and said the detective was on vacation or he went home or something. So now me and my sister are mad. Like, how the hell they went home? Like, it didn't make sense. Like, why aren't nobody taking this serious? Like, it just didn't make sense to us. So I go up to some random police officer that was outside in a suit and everything. I'm like, we're really trying to figure out where our mom is. The detective that got our case is not calling us back. He hasn't reached out to us in 2 days, and we just been waiting. And we're like we had no hope. Like, we didn't understand like why we haven't talked to our mom or anything, and we just need somebody to help us at least go up there to try to get the footage of my mom actually leaving the hospital so we can see who picked her up or who she left with, because it just didn't make any sense. So he said, you guys have to wait for your detective to reach out to you guys. So we go home once again, crying, sad, upset. We've been through a lot already, so it's just like none of it made sense.
This is my thing, and I know like you be hearing stories on motherfuckers not wanting to show you the camera footage and all of this goofy shit, but it's like, bro, we're looking for our fucking mama, or wherever the case may be where you need to look at the cameras. Why the fuck can't y'all just go in there and show me the fucking cameras? Like, is this some type of policy or something? Like, I know y'all heard this before. Like, not even at a hospital. It's just like, motherfuckers do not be wanting to share the cameras. Like, show me the goddamn cameras, bro. This shit shouldn't be too hard. Like, come on.
Until I woke up on the 14th, and I woke up crying out my sleep because I just didn't understand. Like, Tyler, I was laying next to my sister. I'm like, Tyler, where's mom at? Like, why isn't mom answering the phone? Why mom not why she's not calling us? What could possibly, where could she possibly be? It's just not making sense. It's not adding up. It just didn't. So it didn't make sense to us at all. That morning, me and my sister trying to brainstorm on what we're gonna do. We decided to go get pictures printed out and posted by the hospital, posted all around Vegas, posted where my mom is at, lived at, just posted it in everywhere in Vegas, just to get the word out there that our mom is missing, since the police is not doing anything, no nothing. So we get a call from my older brother. My mom had 5 children. Me and my sister are twins. We're the babies. And then I had a 20-year-old sister. She passed away in 2002. I had a 21-year-old sister. He passed away in 2014. And then I have an older brother. He is now, I think, 44 years old. And around this, he's now 44 years old. He called me randomly, and not trying to, bring it up, but me and my brother, we don't talk like that. So it was weird that he called me, and he's like, mom came to me in my dream, and she was like, so you wasn't gonna come see me? You wasn't gonna come see me? I was laying in the hospital and you didn't come see me? And me and my sister just start crying, like, that's weird. So my sister's like, we need to do something different. We need to go up there in like a suit and try to make them listen to us. And so I put on a suit, a dress top with some slacks, some heels. I got a vanilla folder where I got from my job. I got just paperwork, put random paperwork in it, and I walked up there to the information desk and I slammed it on the table. I said, my mom was here last. You guys keep telling me she got discharged out on the 8th at 11:30. We have not talked to her. We're at her house. We're at home. She's not. Her phone is going straight to voicemail. It's not making sense, and nobody is helping us. Can somebody please, can somebody please help us? And it was crazy. It was like an angel. It was a lady that was in the back. So you know when you get to the hospital and you're waiting to get your vitals, your blood pressure, your weight checked. She slid in a chair. She slid back. I will never forget how it happened. She slid back and she looked out the door because she heard the pain in my voice of how serious it was to us. And she was this black lady. It was so much going on. I couldn't remember her name, but I really love her. Like she the only person that took the time at that hospital to listen to what me and my sister had to say, and we wasn't even talking to her. So she looked over, she's like, "Come back here, baby. I help y'all. I help y'all." And so we go back there, and she's looking at my mom's name. She's like, "Oh, your mom is here." And we look, we like, "Okay, yes, we knew it." And she's like, "Oh, what's her name?" We said Tracy Carter. She was like, "Oh, hold on." She looked, she was like, "Oh, she was discharged out. She had to press another file." Just a second. She had to press another file, and that file showed that my mom was discharged out. But
Damn. Shout out to that lady. And now we see, right? Well, this may not have nothing to do with it, but maybe it did a little bit. Well, it probably was just a pain in her voice, but shit. Gotta come up there looking professional. Goddamn. Shout out to the lady, man.
part 3 of how my mom went missing from Valley Hospital to later on finding out she passed away and had been dead for 7 days. So I decided just to finish the whole video since I'm already almost done and I don't want to have to tell the story again. So she clicked the file, and when she clicked the file, she was like, "Oh, your mom was discharged out on the 8th at 11:30." She was like, we was like, "Okay, like what do we know like what state she was in before she left?" And she clicked it again. She was like, "Wait, how old is your mom?" We was like, "She's 56. She'll turn 57 on September 24th in 2 weeks." She was like, "Okay, wait, who's Tyler White?" And my sister was like, "That's me, that's me." She was like, "Okay, you're on emergency contact." She was like, "And you're Tyler White?" And she was like, we was like, "Yeah." And she looked at me and my sister, and she just put her hands on her face just like this. And I knew when. So she put her hands over her face like this, and she looked at me and my sister. She said, "Baby, your mom passed away on the 8th." And we just screamed. We just screamed like, "No, no, no!" And we just screamed. And me and my sister just couldn't believe because we had so much hope, especially with her saying she was here. We just thought.
So, did nobody call the emergency contact number at the hospital, huh? My uncle just passed away, and rest in peace, Uncle. I just actually flew to Chicago to go to the funeral, and they called. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
Thought she was there. So when we heard that news, we couldn't believe it. And the lady was looking at us in disbelief, like, "Wow, these babies been coming up here all this time to find out that their mom was actually dead this whole time." And so as we're screaming, the manager of the hospital, the police officer of the hospital, the attorney of the hospital, just all run into the room, and they're like, "What's going on?" And lady, and I guess the manager of the hospital looked at the computer, and she was like, I guess she knew it was my mom, and she looked at us. She was like, "Oh, you guys, I'm gonna take you to this room. I'm gonna take you to this room and tell you everything that happened. We'll tell you guys everything that happened. We tried to get in contact with you guys." So we go to this room waiting for them. We call our grandfather, my auntie, my dad, my stepmom to let them know the news. And my family got on the first plane that they could book. They was out here within 3-4 hours. And we're in the room waiting for them to come. So we're in the room waiting for them to come. And when they came in, remember when I told you my sister's phone had broke that night that we went to go see my mom? We in the room, and they show us, I guess, text messages of them texting my sister's phone saying Get to the hospital, your mom just coded. Get to the hospital, your mom just coded. Please come up here. She coded, and we told them like, my sister phone broke, but we came up here the day it happened, and how that fast they didn't. And how that fast they didn't have information to where my mom was at. All you guys could tell us was that she was discharged out. And the main thing that hurt, and it will always hurt till this day, is that my mom had to be alone. My mom was in that room, in that bed, dying alone with no one by her side when she had millions of people that loved her, millions of people that cared for her. She had children. She loved me and my sister and all her kids to death. And for her to be alone, it just hurted. And so the doctor said, when she called the nurse that was there when my mom passed, they said when she coded the second time, and we told her we had to put the intubate her to help her breathing. Um, she said no, I want to be with my kids. I want to be with my kids. So when the doctor said this, I'm sorry I keep stopping because this is the hardest part to talk about. But when the doctor said, with the doctors not knowing what my mom been through, my mom lost two children, like I stated before. Um, my sister passed away September 25th, 2002, a day after my mom's birthday. My brother's birthday is September 16th. So September was always a hard month, very, very hard month for my mom. So when the doctor said, she said no, she didn't want to be intubated and to just let her go, and she wanted to be with her kids. She wanted to just be with her kids, and it was really, really hard hearing that part, because that I knew that wasn't a lie. My mom missed and loved my brother and sister dearly. She missed them so much, and it was always hard for her to deal with the month of September. Now it's hard for me and my sister to deal with. It was hard before, but like it's very, very hard to deal with, because I feel like we have to deal with two death dates, which was September 8th of the day my mom actually separating from her body, to September 14th, the day we actually found out. It was hard to hear her say that. And so they said they still tried everything. She just wouldn't let us intubate her. Um, so after what was one red flag was, they asked, did we want her property? And I said, why is my mom's property still here and her body is at a mortuary? Why didn't you guys put her property with her body? Like, that didn't make sense to me. That was red flag number one. Red flag number two was they asked, did we want to donate any organs? And they already had the last walk, like, you know, when people walk down when you say yes. They already had the nurses and doctors and staff standing lined up by our room where we were at. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about donating and, you know, helping people out that, you know, that need certain body parts. But at that moment, the time to um it wasn't the time to access that. It wasn't the moment. So that was what was weird to me. They bought my mom purse and the pajamas that she had on when she died. I actually still have her purse and her pajamas hanging up in my closet, and her purse on top of my closet. I haven't went through it. It has her cell phone. It has all her belongings inside of it. I still haven't been in that purse since the day I got her purse. I haven't touched anything in it. It's still very hard for me, because my mom was my everything and I loved her so much, and she means the world to me. And she meant the world to me and my sister, and we miss her dearly, and we love her so much, and it just will never be um okay, because my mom was by herself. So we go home. My dad and my stepmom is already out here. we're talking about next steps. We're trying to see if we're going to get my mom body to how we're going to get my mom body to California, and see if we could get her buried next to my sister. That plot was actually made for my nephew whenever he leaves this earth. So we actually didn't want to touch that. All I can remember is my mom telling me and my sister, if I ever die, we used to hate that she used to say this. My mom said this to us our whole life. If I ever die, I want to be cremated, and I want a necklace around all you guys' neck, all my kids' neck, and I want y'all to carry me with y'all all the time. I have a necklace with her ashes in it. So we decided to honor her wishes and get her cremated, and we had a service for her on her birthday, on September 24th. We did it on her birthday. It was very beautiful. Everything was purple. Purple was her favorite color. Um, uh, we did it in California, where she was from. My mom's from Louisiana, but she was raised in California. And it was just beautiful. And we decided to take the time to sue them when it happened, the hospital when it happened. But we weren't strong enough. So now I'm speaking on it because I'm starting to make plans to find a lawyer. So if anybody know a lawyer that helps with negligence and pain and suffering and just anything to with my mom case, please let us know. We need help with that. We don't know where to start, but if you guys would like to know more stories about my mom or how my brother and sister left, just like and comment.
All right, guys. This is a very unfortunate. I was wondering if they were gonna try to go after the hospital. Um, it's a hospital, you know. The hospital got the money, but let me know in the comments below what. Cause it say neglect. Well, yeah, they could have told the good. So yeah, I'm still blaming the hospital because like, bro, like, I, even though y'all tried to call our phone and the phone's fucking up, we came up here several days. We came up here several days, and y'all did not once say nothing about my mom passed away. Y'all just talk about she was discharged. Like, yeah, she was discharged because she passed away. Like, y'all didn't tell us that part wasn't in the system. Like, come on, this shit is crazy. But uh, so yeah, I'm still blaming the hospital for sure. And what do y'all think about her items not going with the body? Like, the body's gone, the item's still there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that as well. But this is very unfortunate. God bless this lady. God bless her, her family, her whole family, and rest in peace to her mom. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's just crazy, you know? Yeah. So y'all let me know. If y'all know where I tried to Google it, Valley Hospital. I don't know where the fuck that shit at. I tried to Google that shit. That shit. It's like a couple of the motherfuckers. I don't know. I think Nevada. She said it herself. She was like, well, she said fly her mom to Vegas. I don't know where the hospital at. You know what I'm talking about? But I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rock with me as always, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for all y'all support. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but y'all here with me, and I appreciate you. Smash that like button on your way out, and I will catch y'all later on. All right. It's your boy Ray Big Play. Follow me on Instagram. Peace.